Hello again, my friends. It's more. Welcome back to Leopard Street. Welcome to the cellar where the goods yard is starting to go down. This one, new arrival video. You may have seen earlier in the week, I think it was Monday, Sam Strains put out a video on the Northeastern Railway Class E from Bachmann. I'll put a link up top. He did a review of the DC version in the lovely Northeastern Railways Green. Well, I've got one. I've got the DCC sound fitted version in LNER Black. I've also got this little one you've not seen before on the channel. The old mainline version one. Not DCC fitted, so I can't run it. But we can have a look anyway, because she's pretty. Let's get the desk, let's get her out, let's have a quick look. And in this video, I'm going to be focusing on the DCC sound fitted version, how that works, what I think of how it looks. If you want to see stuff on the mechanism or whatever, Sam's video is the place to go. Anyway, let's unload this to the desk. This is Leopard Street. Yeah, so here we are at the desk. Now, first off, have a look at the mainline one. I think it's quite a tatty box. When I decided to start Leopard Street as a 00 model railway, this is the first locomotive I got. Fairly obviously second-hand from eBay. I wouldn't say massive emotional attachment, but I do quite... I can get him out. I do quite like this little one. Simple, but very pretty. And I will at some point get this one working. I'm just going to show this first, just so we can see how things have moved on a little bit. The big one is the motor in the cab. But actually, to say how old this loco is, wheel hubs are painted, the printing is lovely, metal handrails, metal detail pieces up here. Yeah, she's quite basic. She runs quite nicely actually as well. Split chassis. Bit of a pain. The reason she's not on the layout at the moment is if you can see in there above the motor, that is the only space to put a DCC decoder. So she needs a decoder which is quite small, but can also drive an old motor. So, yeah. I'll put my little friend back in his box. That there will be a video at some point on fitting a chip to this, because even though she was fairly, I was it's about 20-30 quid, I think, on eBay when I got her. Anyway, yeah, even though the decoder is going to cost more, I'm going to do it anyway. So what we got now? We've got this one here. Now this is, you can see the end bit there. This is 31-066SF, NER Class E, brackets J71, tank 317, LNER Lined Black, sound fitted. In the Railway Celebration slipcase, which I don't know if that really adds a great deal to it. It says on here, this one was number 9, built by Northeastern Railway in 1914, so it's only one of the older locos I've got, for a parade taking place on non-electrified lines. J71 number 317 was used to haul the electric locomotive, so cementing its place in history. Apparently. Anyway, never mind. So there we have the slipcase for that, which I'll put somewhere. I'll put it under the desk. Don't need that anymore. And there she is. Lovely little one. Sam's one had like a window there. You can see a little bit of the cab, which sort of makes it strange because she's off to one side. Let's have a little look, see what we've got. This isn't... I just like, oh my god, it's an unboxing video. This isn't going to take very long. I'm just going to have a little bit of a look. Let's see what we've got here, because there's some destructions. Sound fitted information. So let's have a little look here. This is apparently a lock sound, ESU lock sound micro V5 DCC next 18 decoder. So 128 speed steps, fair enough. Keeping track clean. Yes. Useful notes, F2. Slows the locomotive down to a stop once engaged. Once released, it will return to its current throttle settings. That is useful. That I do like. And Yes, you remove it from the track if you're using their easy decoder thing. On the back, a list of functions. So we'll have a listen to these in a minute. So sound on, off, brake, which, oh, it does brake sounds as well. That's good. Cylinder drain cocks, which work at low speed. Whistle, heavy load on, off, firebox door open, closed, injectors, whistle, flange squeal at low speed only. That's good. Shoveling coal, the door must be open. Blower, sound and lighting, so it might be a twin lighting one. Handbrake, loco won't move. No worth knowing. Water tank, filling, coupling, uncoupling, clank, safety valve. Guard's whistle and driver's response. Oh, I like that, the sound of that one. Coasting, which is, yeah, sound fading in and out. It's useful if you want sound instead of just turning it off. You can say, like you're leaving the scenic area of your layout. You can activate that one. The sound will drop and you can bring it back in. Shunting mode, you can turn inertia on and off. That's nice. Mute, or different volume levels. It's useful. Rail join clatter, speed variable. That could be useful. Brake squeal, which it sort of notes, yeah, 6 different brake squeals available by altering a CV. Oh, I like the sound of that. Firebox door, red light flickering, moving red light and yellow light. So there it is twin lighting. And there's different safety valves available on 15, which I believe is for where there are different versions of this loco, earlier versions and later ones. What's this? Product maintenance and care. After 24 hours of operation, it may require light lubrication. Okay, well, fair enough. And then there's the warranty card and nonsense on the back. Yeah, nothing else particularly interesting in there. There's some bits here, which is, now this is the generic one that's good for them all, which is the instructions. How to fit the extra bits. Right, what extra bits have we got? Let's get around, have a look at what extra bits. So this might be different from what Sam's had. So yeah, I've got lighting lamps in white, not the red. The number 13 on the front. I'm not sure what that's for. Cab doors and screw-link couplings. I'm going to have to start fitting some of these accessories, but that's what we've got on here. Obviously, at some point, I'm going to be fitting the KD couplings to these things because I've got to use as a little shunter. So yeah, all the information there. Sam's video, he does a dismantling and go and have a little look video on it, which I quite like. So, although I must say, I didn't see that before I ordered this. This came through in my email from Rails of Sheffield on, I think it was Tuesday. I took a look and I thought, that's pretty. And I checked my bank account and then I thought, I'm going to order one of those. So I did. And here she is. So we'll take her out. We'll have a little look. And then that evening I saw Sam's video and when I saw it, I just thought, please don't be rubbish. And Sam liked it. So I'm quite happy with that. Ooh, nice weighty loco. I've got my scales around. I have. One moment. I shall find those. I thought I had them around. Yeah. They're not where I thought they were. Oh, never mind. I haven't. So, yeah. Nice weight, though. Obviously, this is LNER Lined Black, and the lining is really fine. I like that. There is the same little bit of a gap between the dome and the boiler. You don't notice it in the black. And the safety valves. Yes, it's painted, not plated, but my God, that's a lovely gold colour. And some cab detail, which hopefully will light up a little bit. Wheels, yeah, all looks all right. I mean, there's nothing binding. I can't see a huge problem with anything on the underneath. Now the wheels move slightly side to side, which suggests the pickups are not binding on anything. That's good. Sam's done some close-ups. I'll show you a few little bits and pieces in the middle. But in the meantime, get her on the track and we'll see what happens with the default address. Back in a sec. Okay, here we are on the track. Now, I've done nothing to her. As you can see, I've put the other microphone nearby so we can have a listen to the sounds. We shall look at that in a minute. But firstly, track power is now on. She's not in programming mode. Before I do anything else, does she move? Ooh, that's nice. This isn't the slowest speed. She's slowing to a crawl. Slowing down, I'm going to come backwards a little bit. Okay. Now, one thing Sam noted is she's quite quick. We'll have a look at the top speed in a minute, but let's have a little... That is speed step, I believe, 1. So, a nice little crawl. Oh, no, that was speed step 2. Let me try and get this to speed step 1. There we are. Not moving on speed step 1. Never mind. Okay. Try up a little like that. Come on, try again. Ooh, lost contact with the rails. I suspect my rails are a tad dirty. There we go. In fact, I'm just going to clean the rails. So I'm going to tell her to stop. I'm going to get the track cleaner, not Clarence at this point. I'll just shove the locomotive out of the way slightly. Just clean this little bit here properly. Yeah, there's been other things sitting up here. Get back. Oh, it's found her again. Right, the big test. Sound on. That's just the basic sound. Let's try with a bit of movement. Well, that sounds a little bit weird. Ooh, brake squeal. I'll bring her back round into shot again. That works. Right. Cylinder drain cocks. Let's have a go. That works. She's not too loud so far. Let's try the whistle. Ooh, that I like. Do that again. That's the whistle. Heavy load probably isn't going to do a great deal. If I bring her forwards a little bit, so we can see the firebox. Now if I do firebox door yields and function 6. So if I do that, there's the sound of the firebox door open. And if we move here, there is a little red flickering light in there, which hopefully you can see. So that's that one. Ooh, F8, there's a whistle. Oh, I see. So there's multiple whistles. Ah, right, yes. The basic whistle seems to vary by length. That whistle is just a thing that does it. Flange squeal. Turn on, move a little bit backwards. Yeah, that works. And it's quite nice because it's not deafening. Shoveling coal. Function F10. That works. Blower. Now it says here the blower will just be sound only normally, but if the stationary in F6, you get the sound and the light effect as well. So hopefully that has got a little bit more light. Let's tell her to shift a little, see if it works. And backwards again, get her into shot. Yeah, that's reasonable. Handbrake. I can sort of hear it. I might need to go and play with the volume on some of these. Water tank filling. That is a little bit quiet. Coupling and uncoupling. That works. Safety valve. That's a good one. And we have guard's whistle.
Right away.
Alright, so if I do that, do the whole thing. So that's the guard's whistle. The driver's response
Right away.
is when you turn the function off, so that's quite useful. 17, coasting, which is going to be a moving effect. We'll have to look at that when she's going. Fade the sound. Out. And back again. That's always a good one. Shunting mode and inertia, we need movement on. Rail join clatter requires her to be moving. 21 is mute and volume, so let's try this. Off. A couple of different volume levels. Let's try the whistle again, see if that makes any difference. Yeah, well, that seems reasonable. She moves, so what I need to do is go and find some things for her to couple up to, and we'll try and run her around a little bit. I've not run her in yet, so I need to do that. Yeah, I'll set her. I'll set her going. So I'll reposition the camera, and we'll have a look at that. All right, so here she is. Now, what we're going to try and do now is set her off over some of my point work, and we'll see how well she copes. I can't do the whistling effects because I can't see what's going on. Yeah, backwards, forwards, not backwards, forwards. And here we go, and this is quarter speed. She's building up to. I see what Sam says about she's quite a quick little locomotive. I'll slow her down slightly. Coping with the points quite nicely. Coping with my slightly ropey point work over there as well. And she's managing it around the curve, which, if you remember, caused Bucky all sorts of problems when she was fresh out the box. So this is a lower speed. Watch around this signal. And then can she make it round the bit of track that my J52 always derails on? That's going to be the next bit of fun. It does look really rather nice, I must say. It's a very, very pretty little engine moving around like that. At some point I am going to have to weather some of these, and I think it's going to be with a little bit of trepidation, camera stand, a little bit of regret, because they do look really rather nice. It's going to be a while before I do that. But yes, running quite nicely. Coming around here now. This signal is where the ropey bit of track is, so we shall see how well she copes around there. I'll try and hold this nice and steady. Like that, arm juddering slightly there. Seems to still be on the rails. Find out in a sec. Yeah. Drop back here. Checking point work is set up for her to run round in a loop as we come down here. On a slightly dodgy zoom setting. Right, what I'm going to do is speed her up a bit because it says go at half speed for running in. So we'll see how fast half speed is when she comes back round. That is quite quick. Yes, Sam, I say if you're watching, I'm not quite sure why you would be, but there we go. It is a quick little locomotive. Yeah, that's half speed. I don't run my Pacifics at that speed. Never mind little things like this. However, here we come. There we go. She's doing quite nicely. So I need to let her run in now. Yes, that'll be half an hour in each direction. Incidentally, the goods yard is coming on. When she turned up, I also had a load of track arrive. None of this is laid permanently yet. I'm just trying to see what it looks like. I've got to work out where the couplers and whatnot are going. There's my little friend here. Goes for a bit of a run. There she comes again. Let's do a few sound effects as she rumbles around. In fact, actually, let's put the firebox door on. So we've got that. And the blower. Reason being, we can have a little look and see what the glow effect looks like as she's rumbling round under here as she comes back round. But so far, I have to say, running remarkably well. I'm very, very pleased with this. And this is forwards at a speed I say I very rarely dare let trains run at round here. Because, you see the glow? Sort of, little bit. Anyway, just watching her on my screen as she rumbles around. So I'm going to finish running her in, and I shall return. So I'll catch you all in a bit. Okay, back. Now we've run in. And I must say, absolutely flawlessly. We haven't had a single issue, no derailments, no stuttering, except on a little bit of dirty track leaving the station. No issues on point joins, and as you probably saw from the little clips of her running in, yeah, I fully agree with Sam. She's fast. Anyway, she's now been on the programming track. She's now under address 317. On the other side, which looks quite nicely. I have tamed her speed settings, I think. Acceleration and braking is a bit different, so we're going to couple up to some wagons, and we're going to see how she runs. So if I do just a little bit. How's that coupled? Oh, go forwards, and then we'll trouble some trucks. I think this is just tension lock couplers being tension lock couplers. Let's try a little bit quicker. There we are, got them that time. I think we shall see when we pull forward. Forwards. Yeah, we've got them. And these are obviously NEM pockets. I am going to have to put some KDs on at some point. What I'm now going to do is run her around, and we're going to watch for a little bit as she does her bit with the train. So I'm going to take you out the camera, mount, and here she is. Let's get ready to run out. And like I say, I've slowed down. This is now a quarter of her running speed. If I run up to half her running speed, that's that, and that is a far, far more sensible speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let her rumble round a bit. I have the G5 on the other line. She's over there. She's going to run round. And we're going to let her go. So I'm going to get these set up and running. I shall be back in a sec with them going. Yeah, so here she comes with a little bit of a goods train. Nothing massive. This is about 2/3 of her full speed now, which I think is a much, much more sensible speed. G5 will be wandering past shortly. And to be honest, I've got to say, I really love this loco. This is fantastic. Bachmann, you've knocked it out of the park with this one. The looks are superb. The running is excellent. She copes with slightly ropey track. Just a little bit dodgy there, as that bit needs cleaning. Have to run the Clarence around again. But yeah, she's going really, really nicely. And I'm over the moon. I think she's brilliant. Not cheap. You can't call anything north of 200 cheap with the sound decoder fitted. So yeah, that's but it's a Locksound 5. They're not cheap, so it's a quality decoder in G5 going past again. A quality loco. Running is smooth. Slow speed running is smooth. She's got 128 speed steps. I say I've now dropped her down, so she has got about a quarter of her normal speed range available. Flat out is now a quarter of what it would have been. Programming here nicely on a little bit of a speed table. I've gone for a linear speed profile on this. She's destined to end up as a shunter. She's going to be tag teaming with Bucky at the station, and the J71s were basically shunting locos. We're going to run occasionally with little trains like this because, frankly, why not? They should all get a chance to come out, but not really a passenger loco. But again, rule one: if I want to sit some coaches behind her, I will. But I'm going to wait until I've got some much nicer looking coaches. But yeah, lovely, lovely little loco. I'd recommend one of these to anyone who wants this sort of thing. I mean, there's a range of different colours available. Sam showed the NER. Oop, there we are. That's track. I'm going to get my track rubber and clean this bit of track. I know it's track because she's been absolutely belting around here at speed without any problems whatsoever. So we should just run this over here like so. Need to get Clarence out again, having another run. So that's that. This is the Bachmann J71. Not that, that's Bachmann G5. So it's a bit of a Bachmann locomotive day. We'll wait for her to pop back round here again. No, she's getting near because that little green light will change to be a red one. In the distance there, as she approaches the signals. And as we come back round. Yeah, I've been a few other changes on the layout. That's all for the next video. But for this one, the Bachmann J71. Absolutely stunning little locomotive. Really, really nice. I think I can see fitting a couple of the lamps. I do need to get some drivers for some of these. And then she can rumble around. The sounds are nice. I've turned the volume up slightly because unlike Bucky the Loud engine, this one was quite a quiet engine. I don't know if they had a... I don't know if the J71s had a nickname. Answers in the comments if you know if they did. But she may get a little bit of a name. But she's doing quite nicely. Really, really nice. Like I say, smooth running. If she's a bit gippy on this bit, it's the track. There we are. I see flawless this time. So the track was a little bit grubby. Need to set that cleaning coach round again. But that's that. So, like I say, watch this alongside or after watching Sam's video, which gives you the DC breakdown, a lot more close-up details. He's much better at that than I am. But this is the DCC sound-fitted version. I got it from Rails. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I'm just a customer. But overall, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, 5-star little loco, absolutely perfect. To say she's coping with dodgy track, where mentioning no other locomotives, there are problems. She copes with it quite nicely, and she's rumbling around really, really well. She's coped with all my point work. Yes, the point work in the station area is medium radius, so things should cope. On the lower deck, it's all large radius, so really should cope. But diamonds, slips, no issues, no hesitations really, no juddering, no signs of flanges catching the guardrails. So yeah, lovely little loco, which I'm really, really, really pleased about. My thanks to Rails of Sheffield for sending me the email notifying me that this little beauty existed. And I'd love to say thanks to Sam for a wonderful review that convinced me to get one, but I'd hit the order button before I saw the review. So that's on me though. So there we go. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'll catch you all in the next one when we shall look at what else has been going on with the layout. You may have noticed a few other changes in the background as trains have been rumbling. But until then, I'll leave you with a long shot. Thank you very much and goodbye.